Hi, welcome to Sparkling Memories, a place where you can build healthy relationship with food, pairs, and yourself. I gotta laugh because today's talk will be talking about control freaks. Yes, I realize there's so many out there, and people do not even understand how serious this is. And for a lot of people, like how they put in the videos, I'm not the one or the two or even the damn three. I totally get it when you said that, honey, because let me tell you something. If people keep on this road and thinking that nobody's going to notice that you got some kind of mental issue and think that everything's going to be okay because you said it's okay, doesn't work that way. I have seen it too many times to not even have a video about it. At this point, I'm just laughing about it because I've seen so many narcissists and some people with behavioral problems, and these are people that you can't tell them nothing, and if you say something, they get irritated with you. I'm like, you realize you're a grown adult and you do these things, and there are things that you can change and why you should change them, and instead of you embracing it, you over here lashing out on other people and making it seem like as if they're the problem and not actually you. I'm like, how many times do you have to say a grown adult act like a freaking child in the street? How you gonna beef with somebody and you don't know the person? You don't know their status. They never spoken to you. They never looked at you the wrong way. They never parked in your parking space. They never smell the same air as you. Like, how in the world do you have beef with someone? And my thing is, when it comes to control freaks, they come in all kinds of different ways. Like, a man could be one, a girl, your family, your friends, and they're not even your friends. You know what I'm saying? Because if they start with this behavior that they're obsessively trying to manipulate you and get you in a certain situation, is not cool. My thing is, I gotta tell people straight to the point. I'm not the one, so don't even think you will get to two. Okay? Because I'm about sick of y'all. Okay? Now, let me put in a definition so I can get it right. So when I start talking my stories, y'all can get it. Control freak. A person who feels obsessive need to exercise control over others and try to command every situation. Prime example. You have made macaroni and cheese for how many years now? You decided to make it for someone that's brand new, and they have the audacity to give you critiques and then want to compare you to how their mama made it. That's nice if the person was asking for your opinion, or the person was insisting that you tell them what you like from what you don't. It is basically still an opinion. My thing is, if you don't like the macaroni and cheese, you have options. You either make it your own goddamn self, or you purchase it from a store and you reheat it. But when you come to different people giving you stuff and you don't particularly like it and you're 2 cents, you always want to throw it in there. It's not just about you being arrogant. It's about you not giving a fuck what other people are thinking and saying. You basically throw your ideas because you felt like it because you're that person. Now, my thing is, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Here comes another fact I want to read about when it comes to a control freak, because I want to make sure people don't get it mixed up with a narcissist, because that's a whole nother different condition. Control freak. They tend to micromanage, always criticize others. The way they do things is their way or no way. They lack compassion when it comes to people making mistakes. I walked outside of the car. I had a cane and I accidentally touched the back of the trunk of the car. So, and I apologized and I says, I'm sorry, the cane hit the trunk of the car. This person decides to say, well, you need to be more careful next time, and you need to pay attention to what you're doing. What my response was is, go fuck yourself. Because if I don't acknowledge what took place, I don't want apologetic about it, and I said I'm sorry, your late 2 cents and your information as far as how you feeling and stuff like that, keep that shit to your damn self. Okay? I'm so sick of people acting like as if their opinion is like the only fucking opinion that you need to hear. It's not. When you come to deal with people, it's a certain way to say things and do things. Another prime example. I'm making something to make it a lot better, to increase the quality of the food and change it up so it don't be the same thing. Making crab cakes. Lack one essential ingredient is one thing, but you have all the ingredients and certain things you can substitute if you're feeling like that is something you can do. Prime example, the crab cakes, it has a mayo, it has a bunch of other ingredients. And instead of using the actual lemon juice you bought from the store, the one you actually have to squeeze yourself, you decide to use a bottle that says lemon juice. Yes, it's not going to be effective as much as using the actual lemon and you squeeze it yourself versus the store bought that says lemon juice. Because the real fruit or veggie will be a lot more intense in flavor versus using a store-bought version of it. Yes, it takes away from the taste, and yes, it's going to be a little different. But if someone gives you a taste of these crab cakes, they say, well, you should have used real lemon and not lemon juice. My response, never again I'm going to make you some crab cakes. How about you go to the store and you purchase them for anywhere from $25 and up versus me making it for you for a fraction of the cost with a lot more spices and a lot more love put into it. Control freak. When you get to a point where you can't interact with someone and tell them exactly how you feel about a situation and they completely disregard it like as if you didn't say anything, and then they want to control the narrative. They want to change the subject or make it seem like it's your fault as to why you need to ask them for assistance. It is ridiculous. When you talk to someone, you should be able to give and take. If you over here just telling people what you think and what you feel, you're a control freak, okay? Especially if somebody's not asking you for your opinion and you're giving it every freaking chance you get and you're very ungrateful, guess what? Ain't much people want to interact with you because you're a person that is not into thinking of other people. You're not being considerate, you're just being a jackass at that point. And it could be male, it could be female, it could be just about anybody that you know. When it comes to a control freak, something simple as you're in a line and everyone sees the line. And here comes a person that feels the line is not good enough for them. They have to go in front of you because they have other things to do. So when you try and tell the person about the line, you're just trying to inform them. Then they want to counteract and says that they weren't trying to go in front of everybody when it's clearly you were. Because why would you stand in front of somebody if you weren't trying to check out before them and they've been in what we call a line? You basically trying to control the situation and you have failed because someone decided that no, you're not going to come and do what you want and tell people what you want and do according to your own wants. And I said to myself, y'all just don't even fucking know, do you? The things that y'all say and do. I went into this store, a Circle K, and they have this policy whereas if you bring in your own cup, you can fill it up and it will be free. Now, I brought in one of their cups that they had, and I make sure I show it to them before I actually get to the ice machine area. I purchased a drink. I put the drink down and had the ice in my hand. The cashier is still going to charge me for the ice. I says, what is this? I put the drink down and I told you that's it. So why are you charging me for ice that's supposed to be free? She's gonna say, well, I didn't even have her complete her sentence. I cut her off right there and then because I'm so sick of it. Pay the fuck attention. You to work. If I says that the fucking ice is free because I brought up my own goddamn cup, it is fucking free. You're too busy talking to other people and doing all kind of other shit. That's not your fucking job. Now, this I could see as me being controlling and me being irritated, but that's not me being a control freak. That's me telling about yourself because you're doing baloney. Okay? That's why I wanted to bring that up. There is a difference between people confronting others from doing dumb fuck and being a control freak and kind of control the entire situation. It's okay to speak up for yourself. That does not make you a control freak. It means that you're not the one and you're not the two. And you're about sick of this shit. And it's okay. It does not make you a control freak. But when you're trying to impact your opinions and your thoughts on others without their knowledge of asking you these questions and you do it anyway, that will make you a control freak, especially when you're giving directions to someone that's quite aware and have experience and knowledge a lot more than you do of that particular subject, and you still try and throw in your 2 cents. It's okay to throw in 2 cents. But when you keep doing it on a constant basis and a person is not responding like, okay, thank you, and they get annoyed, it's because you are controlling the narrative and people get sick of it. And the name for those kind of people are control freaks. People get sick and tired of people trying to control other people's narratives. Okay? Do not be a control freak. Be somebody that can listen and compromise and move forward. Till next time, this is Miss Sita from Sparkling Memories. Bye-bye.